ನಾರಾಯಣಂ ನಮಸ್ಕೃತ್ಯ ನರಂಚೈವ ನರೋತ್ತಮಂ ದೇವಿಂ ಸರಸ್ವತಿಂ ವ್ಯಾಸಂ ತಥೋ ಜಯಮುದೀರಯೇತ್. ಪ್ರಥಮೋ ಹನುಮನ್ನಾಮಃ ದ್ವಿತೀಯೋ ಭೀಮಯೇವ ಚ ಪೂರ್ಣಪ್ರಜ್ಞ ತೃತೀಯಸ್ತು ಭಗವತ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಸಾಧಕಃ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಂತ ಗುರುವಃ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ವಿಶ್ವಂ ದೇವಂ ಶ್ರೇಯಪದಿಃ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀಮದಾಚಾರ್ಯ ಸಂತು ಮೇ ಜನ್ಮ ಜನ್ಮನೇಃ.
ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಆಪಾದಮೌಲಿಪರ್ಯಂತಂ ಗುರುಣಾಂ ಆಕೃತಿಂ ಸ್ಮರೇತ್ ತೇನ ವಿಘ್ನಾಃ ಪ್ರಣಶ್ಯಂತಿ ಸಿದ್ಧ್ಯಂತಿ ಚ ಮನೋರಥಾಃ. ಮನ್ಮನೋಭೀಷ್ಟವರದಂ ಸರ್ವಾಭೀಷ್ಟಫಲಪ್ರದಂ ಪುರಂದರ ಗುರುಂ ವಂದೇ ದಾಸಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠಂ ದಯಾನಿಧಿಂ. ಗುರುಗಳ ಆರಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಗುರುಗಳ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಾವು ದೇವರ ಬಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಭಗವಂತ ಆಲಿಸ್ತಾನಂತೆ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ದಾಸರೇ. ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಭಗವಂತನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರುವ ಧರ್ಮ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಪರತಂತ್ರರಾದದ್ದರಿಂದ, ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಅಧೀನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದದ್ದರಿಂದ ದಾಸರೇ. ಈ ದಿಶೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪುರಂದರ ದಾಸರ ಆರಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಅವರು ಅವತಾರ ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡದೆ ಅವರ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದಂತಹ ಕೃತಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದಂತಹ ಸಂದೇಶವನ್ನು ಸಾಗರಗಳನ್ನು ದಾಟಿ, ವಿಶೇಷ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅಮೇರಿಕಾದ ಸಿಯಾಟಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಭಕ್ತರು ಪುರಂದರದಾಸರ ಆರಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷದ ಸಂಗತಿ. ದಾಸರ ಮಾತು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬೇಕಾದದ್ದು. ಅದನ್ನು ಚಿತ್ರಕಥೆಯ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಭಕ್ತರು ಸೇರಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮುಟ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಉದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಪುರಂದರದಾಸರ ಅಂತರ್ಯಾಮಿಯಾದ ವಿಜಯ ವಿಠಲ ಹರಸ್ಲಿ. ದಾಸರು ಬಂದದ್ದೇ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪ್ರಚಾರಕ್ಕಾಗಿ. ವ್ಯಾಸರಾಜರಿಂದ ದಾಸರೆಂದರೆ ಪುರಂದರ ದಾಸರಯ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಸಿಕೊಂಡವರು. ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿನ್ನ ಕಲಿಯುಗದಲ್ಲಿ ದಾಸರೇ ಎಂದಂತೆ ಭಾಗವತ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತನ್ನು ದಾಸರೇ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಧ್ಯಾನಮು ಕೃತಯುಗದಿ ಯಜನ ಯಜ್ಞಮು ತ್ರೇತಾಯುಗದಿ ದಾನವಾಂತಕನ ದೇವತಾರ್ಚನಯು ದ್ವಾಪರದಿ ಗಾನದಿ ಕಲಿಯುಗದಿ ಕೇಶವನೆಂದರೆ ಕೈಗೊಡುವ ನಮ್ಮ ರಂಗ ವಿಠಲ. ಇದು ಶ್ರೀಪಾದರಾಜರು ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಪುರಂದರದಾಸರು ಈ ದಿಶೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಕಲಿಯುಗದೋಳು ಹರಿನಾಮವನೆನೆದರೆ ಕುಲಕೋಟಿಗಳು ಉದ್ಧರಿಸುವವೋ ಸುಲಭದ ಮುಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಸುಲಭವೆಂದೆನಿಸುವ ಜನರುಹನಾಭನ ನೆನೆವನವೇ. ಹರಿಯ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ದಿಶೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ತುಂಬ ಶ್ಲಾಘನೀಯವಾದ ಕೆಲಸ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಭಗವಂತ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಅನುಗ್ರಹ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣಾರ್ಪಣಮಸ್ತು.
ದಾಸರೆಂದರೆ ಪುರಂದರ ದಾಸರಾಜ. This phrase was coined by none other than Sri Vyasarajaru, the guru of Sri Purandara Dasaru. It's truly a great honor to be bestowed by a guru. Sri Purandara Dasaru, along with Sri Padarajaru, Sri Vyasarajaru, Sri Vadirajaru, formed the core Dasa Koota and educated people in a language best understood by a common man. Sri Purandara Dasaru pioneered the Dasa Sahitya Movement and helped the movement to reach its zenith during his lifetime. Hence, Sri Purandara Dasaru is one of the pillars of Dasa Sahitya Movement and is also popularly known as Karnataka Sangeeta Pitamaha. Here is a brief introduction to Sri Purandara Dasaru, life-transforming events and his accomplishments. Per Lord Sri Hari's wishes, Devarshi Narada was born in Purandargarh near Pune in 1484 AD to a wealthy family. Varadappa Nayaka was a rich goldsmith. He did not have any children, but with the blessings of Lord Srinivasa, a boy was born. Varadappa Nayaka named the boy as Srinivasa Nayaka The boy grew up and inherited the business skills from his parents and became wealthier. He did not learn any Shastra Pata. However, he had learned some basics from his father. Srinivasa Nayaka was always against the people who used to beg. When such people came to his shop, he used to yell and drive them away. One day, an old Brahmin with a small boy came to his shop and asked for some financial help for his child's Brahmopadesha. Srinivasa Nayaka didn't want to help, but being cognizant of the old Brahmin's age, he asked him to come later. Srinivasa Nayaka kept asking the old Brahmin to come later for 6 months. Finally, he relented by donating a non-tradable coin in the guise of dana. Old Brahmin went to Srinivasa Nayaka's house and explained these events to Srinivasa Nayaka's wife Saraswati and asked her for some financial help. Saraswati, being pious and Sahadharmini, replied in negative. Brahmin advised Saraswati to offer him something which did not belong to Srinivasa Nayaka. Saraswati then offered the Brahmin her nose ring, Muguti, which was gifted by her father. Brahmin went back to Srinivasa Nayaka and requested for some money in exchange for this nose ring. On noticing the nose ring, Srinivasa Nayaka got suspicious and contemplated if this was his wife's nose ring. To confirm this suspicion, he asked the Brahmin to wait, locked the nose ring in a locker and went home. Srinivasa Nayaka reached home and asked for the nose ring. Wife Saraswati didn't have it under her possession any longer and decided to end her life by consuming poison. She poured the poison into a cup and prayed to Lord Srihari before consuming. But to her surprise, Saraswati saw her nose ring suddenly fall into her cup of poison. Immediately thanking the Lord, she gave the nose ring back to her husband. Srinivasa Nayaka, with the nose ring in his hand, immediately came back to his shop, unlocked the locker, and was perplexed to see the nose ring missing from the locker. He was astonished to see the old Brahmin had vanished too. Srinivasa Nayaka immediately understood that it was indeed Lord Srihari in the guise of an old Brahmin who had come to test him. At that point, he decided to donate all his wealth and attain supreme Vairagya. Now his only goal going forward was to find the Lord. Along with his family, he went in search of the Lord, singing Yetta Podana Viprana Yelli Hudukala. He first came to Pandharpur Kshetra, then visited Gokarna Kshetra, further visited Manjuguni Venkatesha Kshetra, then to Sonda Trivikrama Kshetra, then to Panavasi Madhukeshwara Kshetra, then to Pankapura Keshava, then to Harihareshwara, then to Hampi Virupaksha. Finally, he came to Chakratirtha, where Yantrodharaka Hanuma resides. It was here that he met Sri Vyasaraja Tirtha. He narrated these entire events and requested that he show him the Lord. It was here that he got enlightened by receiving his Ankitanama Purandara Vijaya by none other than Sri Vyasarajaru. From that day, Purandara Dasaru led his life praising Lord Srihari. Here is the arduous journey and the list of kshetras that Purandara Dasaru visited from his hometown of Purandargarh to Chakratirtha, Hampi. Purandara Dasaru lived in Pandharpur and was offering music services to Vitala. One night, Dasaru had to wake up and go out. While returning back, he asked for some water to wash his feet to his disciple Appanna. When Appanna delayed in bringing the water, Dasaru got a bit angry and hit Appanna on his forehead with a utensil. In the morning, during puja, the priest at the Vittala temple observed that Lord's forehead was swollen and tears were rolling down his eyes. The priest met Dasaru and mentioned what had just unfolded. Dasaru was perplexed to see Lord's forehead swollen. He realized that Vittala had come as Appanna and it was Lord himself who took the hit on his forehead from Dasaru. Dasaru prayed to Vittala profusely to forgive him. Dasaru put his hand on Vittala's forehead and miraculously Lord's swollen forehead healed instantaneously. But the Lord did take revenge on Dasaru. A few days later, Lord himself went to a Raja Nartaki's house disguised as Dasaru and offered her a golden wristband. The very next morning, there was a hue and cry in the temple as the golden wristband was missing from Lord Vittala's wrist. The temple staff came to know the golden wristband was with Raja Nartaki's possession. Upon interrogating Raja Nartaki, she mentioned that Dasaru had come and gifted her the previous night. Dasaru was summoned, tied to a pillar, and was beaten. At that point in time, Dasaru sang, Muyakke Muya Tiritu Jagadaya Vijaya Sahaya Pandariraya Muyakke Muya Tiritu. Meaning, the Lord finally got his revenge and Dasaru got the punishment for his deeds. Even today, this pillar in Vittala temple is remembered as Purandara Kamba. Dasaru travelled the length and breadth of India and have composed on all the presiding deities. Out of 475,000 compositions, about 175,000 compositions are dedicated to the deity of a Tirtha Kshetra. A great example to this is when he composed a popular song dedicated to Aprameya Krishna, a temple near Channapatna, near Bangalore. The song is Jagatodharana Adisidale Shode Jagatodharana. Besides, all of Dasaru's compositions have uniquely connected with the masses. A handful examples are ಕೆರೆಯ ನೀರನು ಕೆರೆಗೆ ಚೆಲ್ಲಿ ವರವ ಪಡೆದವರಂತೆ ಕಾಣಿರು ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಪರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ನೀ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಪರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ನೀ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಪರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ನೀ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಪರಮ್ಮ. Dasaru has conveyed the importance of human life extraordinarily by penning the song ಮಾನವ ಜನ್ಮ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಇದ ಹಾನಿ ಮಾಡಲು ಬೇಡಿ ಹುಚ್ಚಪ್ಪಗಳಿರ. Sri Purandara Dasaru composed 475,000 songs. Now a question arises. How did Purandara Dasaru, with not much Shastra Jnana, compose so many songs which had deep-rooted spiritualistic meanings? The answer to this question lies deep in the Chandogya Upanishad. Narada seeks to learn Tattvajnana from Sanaka Yogi. Sanaka asks, Hey Narada, mention everything you have learned so far. for which Narada replies with a big list. Purandara Dasaru is the reincarnation of Narada. Hence, Dasaru was already born with an ocean of knowledge which he merely put into practice while composing so many songs. It's no surprise now to know how Dasaru composed many songs praising the Lord. With tambura and tala in the hand, bells tied to his legs, dancing in the praise of Lord Srihari, he lived for 79 fruitful years. His guru Sri Vyasaraja accorded Upanishad status for all his compositions and coined the term Purandara Upanishad. On this auspicious day of his Aradhana, let's all try to understand the deep spiritual meaning of at least one of his compositions and try to incorporate that in our life. This is perhaps the best way to offer Guru Dakshina to Pujya Sri Purandara Dasaru. Once again, Dasarendare Purandara Dasaraya. Sri Krishnarpanamasthu. Nahankarta Harikarta Tat Puja Karmachakilam.